What's going on, guys? Hope you're all staying healthy and having a great day. Alright. Shut down those fans for a minute. Today's pretty hot out, 96 degrees in here. Honestly, it's really not that bad. Like I said, this place got up to 108 before those vents. I do have 3 more of those gable vents that I actually left the link for in the video that I did them in. If you guys want them, I think they're like 50 bucks a piece from Amazon. Honestly, they're worth it because they're good quality. They don't fall apart, they don't break, and the screens are actually, I mean, they're soft, but they're nice quality. They're not gonna just rip on you. So I'm gonna end up throwing 3 more of those in up top at a later date. For now, plan is I was going to take this rack and put it down here on the bottom, but it's not gonna fit. I just don't see any way it's gonna happen. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I believe I'm gonna take this 3060 rig and I'm gonna stick it up top of this rack right in the middle. So basically we'll have one in the middle, we'll have cards on each side. I'm gonna have 6 cards, these ones right here that are in this box. Don't worry, these are on foam separating them. They're not actually stacked on top of each other directly, but I'll have these 6 cards basically hanging right probably on the front here. If I had to guess, that's probably the best way to do it. And then I'm just gonna have to run the USB like up and around to hook onto the motherboard. So I may have to move all these over. So the 3 on the left maybe go right here, and then the 3 on the right maybe go on the end. I think that might be the best way to do it. Let's get this rack on top, and then I guess we'll see how one USB riser cord actually reaches, and we'll go from there. All right, so check it out. I just had the fans on for the time being while I wasn't recording because it was a little hot in here. So I put the rig up here, as you can see, and so this is USB coming from the riser. I'm gonna feed it up basically through here, like right through this little section in the Veta frame between the motherboard and the Veta frame, and I'll just hook it into the PCIe slot. I guess that's really not that bad, and it's really not that tight either. So that's that's huge. I'm glad that's gonna work like that. Honestly, I was kind of skeptical. I didn't know if it was going to actually connect right. So damn, let's get the hangers on. I'm gonna throw all these cards up and we'll start plugging everything in. Alright, so let's put a riser on this guy. Okay. Alright, let's hang the card, shall we? Alright, so you guys can see I hung all the cards. I have 4 in the front and I put 2 in the back. So that's the 6 cards on bottom. The rig up top has 7 cards. There's a 1660 Super, like I said, behind that screen. So right now I'm going to electrical tape these connections right here so they don't touch each other, because as you know, the ASRock H110 Pro boards have way too close connections. So I'm gonna tape up the 6 that we have, and I'm gonna put them in between the 7. Then once I'm done with that, I'll get all the cards plugged into the USBs up here, and we will see how they all reach. And then we'll have to throw the PDU down. I mean then we'll have to throw the server PSU down here and get all these cards plugged in, because those ones are going to be powered off of that power supply. Alright, it's quite the stretch, but they're all plugged in. And they don't look that bad underneath. They're not pulling too hard, so that's I'm okay with that. All right, so there we have it. All 13 cards. It's 6 on the bottom, 7 on top. Everything's plugged in to the motherboard itself, so meaning all of the riser connections, they're just looped up and over. They're not too tight. I mean, obviously, yes, it's a stretch, but it's not like I can't live with it. So let's connect all of the server PSU cables. I'm gonna put the server PSU right here on the bottom, power all these cards and risers, and then we'll turn it on, make sure everything registers. All right, so we got them all hanging and all plugged in. As you can see, I just took one of the this cable right here, had an extension on it, so I just kind of looped it around all these to hold them together for the time being, because I don't have a zip tie or a Velcro strap, so just to kind of keep them not laying on top of the server PSU. So I plugged this server PSU into 120 volt down bottom behind the fan on the left side, because these PDUs, I already have 15 amps on that one and I have 13 amps on this one. So I'm gonna power the rig up top, those 7 cards with the top PDU, and I'm just gonna use the wall to power this one until my 30 amp PDU comes in. Then I can put the 30 amp PDU in the studio, and I will plug in my other 20 amp trick light PDU, this same exact one, on this 3rd shelf, and I will utilize this extra breaker that I have right there. I just don't want to go too overboard with maxing these things out, so this is only going to be a temporary run for now until I can rework the cables. But hey, let's get this thing up and running. All right, the nitro's not coming on. Interesting. Let's power this on. All right, the riser's working, but the Sapphire Nitro is not coming on. So I want to turn on this up here, and let's see if it comes on when this livens up. Okay, it did. That's odd. All right, so all the fans are spinning. All the fans are spinning here as well. Awesome. Okay, everything's up and running. So now I just need to get into the Hive and make sure that this thing is working. I'm gonna have to do it on my phone because I didn't bring my laptop. So let me double check, make sure they're all registering, and then we'll go from there. All right, so there we have it. Everything is now up and running. I have 6 fully populated H110 Pro BTC motherboards. So there is 6 setups with 13 GPUs on each one. So a full total of 78 GPUs on this entire rack. Absolutely insane. This thing looks a little ridiculous, but I'm going to be probably at some point disassembling this Veta frame again and getting another one of these like base setups with the ZSX breakout board and another server PSU just like it is now, and a bottom plate for the actual motherboard. I think I'm gonna start putting these frames back together, and I'm gonna build some sort of a motherboard base to either hang or place on the rack just like they are now. So I don't know, we'll see. I really haven't decided. But as always, guys, if you appreciate the content, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.